peace. I want problems always. Because she got a property of 920 million. You give it 100 million. Dissolve. 940 million. You come and return. Look at this. What is signed? Look at this. This is the man that said you This is the man that said They are demolishing a free school for children. Free school. We give the children free uniform. This is the only place.
God have mercy upon us.
Demolishing free school. We have OPM free school in every state in Nigeria. There is no way they have demolished a free school before. Even other states they want to demolish school for children. Where are the children?
The world can be something else.
Please come. Please look at the children. Look at the children. Look at the children. It's wickedness. Look at this. It's wickedness. They want to demolish. They want to demolish where the children are stranded. Look at the children are stranded. The children are come to school. They are stranded. This is the only place. I have hope there's OPM even in the north. They didn't demolish the school. There's OPM in Kanu, in Nasarawa, in Makodi. They've not demolished. This is the only place.
Let be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them.
So that was the mood at the Omega Power Ministry Church recently when the officials of the Lagos State government tried to demolish the church as well as a school the church says is for the less privileged. So how did the situation get to this point of no return? The church general overseer and his lawyers tells us why.
The whole thing is that it was a contract of sale, you understand, from what they have. And then they say they want to buy at a particular price. You say we are not selling at that price. You get? And our title has not been revoked. So there would have been issue of compensation if our title was revoked by the government. But we still have title. It has not been revoked. You get? So now they want to demolish the property. You get? On the amount that they issued check on. They issued us a check of about 123 million. I told you that check is not cashable at the first place. There's fraud painted all over the whole transaction. The church said they are going to sell their property. They have already valued their property at about 900 million naira.
They said they didn't get, the man told me that they didn't get the value of that 900, that you people delayed to bring the value you wanted until this time.
That is a lie. Nothing of that ever happened. We valued our property at 100 million naira. We said that's the amount we are going to sell. If they can come to negotiation table, we can negotiate with them now. You understand? We cannot sell this property at 123 million. And that is the amount they want to pay for. If you are not taking it, they are going to demolish it. That is unjust. That is a clear injustice. You can see they have already started demolishing it again. You understand? And we are going to do our best to make sure we stop it.
I am His Royal Majesty, King Apostle Chibuzor Chinyere, the General Overseer of Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide. Our church lawyer, Rosemary Dokubo, didn't tell me that LAMATA told her anything. But you know, there are a lot of volunteers in the church. Like the lady they said they spoke with is also a member of OPM, but she's not the official lawyer of the church. The official lawyer comes with appointment, and her name is Rosemary Dokubo.
So the unofficial lawyer went into a transaction with them, and they issued a check.
And they issued a check. Okay. So which we rejected, please. We rejected it when the pastor informed me, because this is the pastor of Lagos branch. Yeah. So because it was not authorized, when I received the check, when he told me, oh, these people paid, I said, what do you mean? Did you value that place? They valued it 900 or something. And how much is the check? He said 120,000. How can 120 million. How can a property of 900 million, you go and give them 120 million? Is that not wickedness? So I asked them to return, which they have returned it, and this LAMATA have acknowledged it. Look at the acknowledgement, please.
I'll have a copy, sir.
Yes, they have acknowledged the receipt of the check.
Return check.
The return check.
Okay. Okay, when I was making inquiries about this place, I heard that the place, this area will be used as part of the interchange project. Are you aware of that? And that is why they want to carry out the demolition of some properties around it, and they are going to compensate owners of properties, including you.
Okay.
Can you tell us about the interchange project? Would that affect you? And two, sir, did you at any point go into negotiation with LAMATA or any of the officials?
That's what I'm telling you now. Number one, I didn't go into negotiation. Number two, the barrister, the church barrister, official church barrister, did not go into negotiation. The official barrister, which is me myself, I didn't go to negotiation with them. So now, this check, if now, you can't hinder progress. Government, if government say they want to develop, because number one, this property is not sitting on canal. They say maybe it has under canal, or it's under high tension, or you say high tension. So there's no rules that have been broken. So if you want to compensate, it's okay. The value is 900 million. Give them the value of the property. Then we'll go out. Not to carry 100. What do you expect 120? Where is it to go and rent a bacha inside Alakmere or whatever? Or Ogun State? Where do you use 120 million for? For a property of 900 million. So we cannot stand against the progress in case they say, overriding government interest. They want to develop. Oh, good. Development is good. But pay adequate compensation.
It's a defense the representation of the Lagos State government finds very disingenuous.
My name is Kola Ojelabi, Head Corporate Communication at LAMATA. We have a project known as Quality Bus Corridor from Ojuelegba to Sele. And so part of our engagement with stakeholders. As a matter of fact, the project started over 2 years ago, and the church have been part of our stakeholder engagement from that time. And so part of what they did was to engage a lawyer to assist them in ensuring that they get the best compensation. And so we engaged with this lawyer. In fact, as of last week, the lawyer went to Alausa to collect the revocation letter. And so when the church was satisfied with what the government was offering, the church encouraged the lawyer to collect the check, only for them to say that, okay, they no longer accept the terms that we both agreed upon. We gave them 1 week that after the collection of check, we will come and acquire the property. They have submitted all their documents, the landed documents, the receipt of purchase of the land and everything. So because when you revoke and you are being paid compensation, you're supposed to submit all those documents, which they have submitted to us. So when today we went there for the enforcement of the use of the land, they began to put up some kind of attitude which we don't really understand. But the fact remains that they are aware that we are coming there today to acquire the land. The check that is being offered to them was seen by this lawyer. And in the revocation letter, there's also the picture of the pastor and that of the lawyer. So I just now wonder why the pastor is saying that the lawyer is not known to them. I don't know why they are saying that at this time. But I'm just saying that the agreement was reached with the lawyer, which the church gave to us to negotiate on their behalf. They gave him the letter of authority to do that. So I now wonder why the church is now saying that their lawyer is in Port Harcourt, that this lawyer is just a member of the church, is not known to them. If the lawyer is a member of the church, the lawyer cannot be acting on our own self. I think it's unthinkable that the lawyer will be acting on our own behalf and not on behalf of the church. So it's also very strange for the pastor to be saying that the lawyer is not known to them, their lawyer is in Port Harcourt. So I don't understand that. LAMATA does not understand that, but the pastor to be saying that at this point in time.
Because the lawyer is somebody you've been dealing with over time.
Over time.
They didn't come up.
So if the is saying that the lawyer that they have been dealing with, the document is there showing the picture of of the lawyer and the pastor, in the document that we have. So if they did not consent to that, then we will not have that. But I just believe that when we're talking about development, maybe, like you said, maybe the point of contention is what is, the amount. Saying 123 million naira, that is not enough. But before we go to that point, they agreed because we made an offer to them. So if they don't agree to the offer, the lawyer will not go ahead and collect the check. So I think in everything that we do, even as men of God, I think we should be truthful. So I believe the amount that we offer, 123 million naira, is just and enough for the property we are acquiring for our transport project. Before we do that, there are estate surveyors who will value the property. They can come with their own surveyor and we'll come with their own surveyor. So at some point in time, we'll have a middle ground. So it is not as if LAMATA will go on its own and just revoke. No, we follow due process. We have stakeholder engagement. After the stakeholder engagement, we'll give you an offer. So this is how much you are paying for your property. If you agree, then we'll go to the next stage. The next stage is that you will now go and sign the revocation letter. When you agree with it, then you go and collect your check. And so they have gone through all this process. So the dramatization that they put up today is also very, very strange to us.
So who exactly is this mystery lawyer that is at the center of this back and forth? The Lagos state government provides receipts.
This is the document they signed. Look at the letter of authority they gave. This is their letterhead. Okay?
We don't. This Pastor Chinyere, that's the overseer.
Exactly.
This 2024.
You can see. And before this, we've been in communication, engaging them in the last 2 years. Okay? Now, after this same person that they sent went to Lance, collect revocation on their behalf. Okay? So you can see, I'm not here just for the sake of being here. Now, this is the evidence of the check that is signed for.
Who collected this?
That's a woman on their behalf. Okay?
That's the lawyer.
Yes.
Okay. So, but the general overseer says the woman is a member of the church.
Okay.
But she's not authorized because she's not their lawyer.
So who gave this? He's not authorized. Who gave this?
No, but this is a document actually.
Thank you.
I can't verify this.
But they can verify. They saw it yesterday. Their lawyer, one of their lawyers saw it yesterday. It was when they saw it, they tried calling back and forth, and then they start begging me that I should give them till this morning. Okay? I don't go to people's property without compensation.
Confronted with this damning evidence, here is how the church responds.
So who gave them the document I saw? A letter-headed paper, and then the survey of the land and other documents they claim came from the church authority.
It is not from the church authority, as I said earlier, maybe in my formal statement. The person that gave them that does not represent the church.
Well, then where did she get them?
I don't even know how she got them. That's the point.
We must learn a lesson.
Lawyer, and she has no authority to transact on behalf of the church, to represent the church in any kind of in such kind of transaction.
Obviously, someone isn't telling the truth here. And if I have to choose who was telling the truth, I will have no hesitation choosing the government. And the reason is simple. It looks easier believing the government's story than that of the church, which is not something I take pride in saying. But if we were to read in between the lines, it does look like the church may have shot itself in the foot So here is what I suspect happened. The church was definitely aware that this individual was representing them in the negotiations with the government. However, the outcome of our representation has been a total disaster, and they are not having it. In other words, they feel the 123 million the government is paying is not justice. And they have every right to feel this way. But in all honesty, should their growls be directed at the government, or they need to look inwards? And even if we were to believe the church for a second that it did not authorize this lawyer, the question is, who exactly has been representing the church in the negotiations that has been on for at least 2 years now? Or is it a situation where this individual didn't have the authority of the church to negotiate on the church's behalf, and yet went ahead to negotiate a multi-million naira settlement deal with the government? And if that's the case, shouldn't their growls be directed at this individual? I mean, it's one thing to argue that the compensation isn't fair, but to say you didn't authorize someone who records show has been negotiating on your behalf in the last 2 years is head-scratching for me. In any case, did you guys notice that neither of these two people here have said these documents are fake? Because if they are, they might have a legitimate case against this demolition. But they are not. And why do I say this? It doesn't make any sense for the Lagos State government to forge a signed document with the church's letterhead and still present same document to the church. So we have a situation where the church is not contesting the authenticity of these documents, and even the name and signature on them. So we have a situation where the church is not only not contesting the authenticity of these documents, they are also not contesting the signatures and name on them. And while I genuinely empathize with the church, I think it is time for them to lick their wounds instead of whipping up sentiments like this one.
It's one man, one land grabber. What he does is this: he looks for land owned by people that are not non-indigenous. When he sees people that are not non-indigenous, he takes advantage of it. He makes the people, works with LAMATA. He works with LAMATA, then they'll come and hijack those properties. And they'll give them peanuts.
How many times would they tell
because
you
they know that
before you know that Nigeria is not
are from the other tribe?
But that obviously fell on deaf ears as the Lagos State government went ahead to demolish not only the school, but the whole church. So as you can see, despite the presence of the crowd, who are basically church members still in disbelief over the imminent collapse of their church, the government agency went about demolishing the buildings irrespective of the dangers their actions portend. Honestly, I'm shocked that an agency of government in Lagos State could do this in 2025. Lagos State, you can and should do better. How do you commence a demolition exercise like this? Shouldn't the area be first cleared and secured by the police or whatever security outfit that works with them? Honestly, this reflects very poorly on Lagos State. See them now doing what they ought to have done from the get-go. But wait though, is this how Lagos State manually demolishes buildings? Honestly, I can't believe what I'm watching. The so-called Center of Excellence, the most forward-thinking state in Nigeria, Tinubu's Lagos. So is this what the new Lagos looks like? So-called mega city. Honestly, this is a joke. Unless, of course, it is not. So-called mega city where demolition is done in the most primitive way. Is this the transformed Lagos they've been talking to us about? Where demolition workers have no safety kits? where demolition workers disregard not only their own safety, but the safety of the people whose property they are demolishing, where no safety precautions whatsoever can be seen at the site of a building that is about to be brought down, just when you thought one of them is getting it right.
There is God in heaven. There is God in heaven. Heaven, there is God. And God hates injustice.
Man, they never leave
He's a God of justice.
They have left you behind.
God is watching. God is watching.